this card. Well, actually, it's another gift card holder, and it's a kind of a cool thing. And I don't know, I made one of these a long time ago when we first came out with our stitched rectangle dies. And I found it while because I've been going through, you know, all these cards that I've been selling. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, I do have packs of cards for sale. If you're interested, there's links in the description of this video. You can get either 20 Christmas cards or 20 all occasion cards for $25 each, plus the shipping. It's priority shipping. And you know, all the packages are different. There's no requests or anything like that. But yeah, if you are interested in some cards, I have a lot of cards. So we're going to be using the Heartwarming Hugs and the rectangle stitched dies. We're also going to be using the layering circles dies. We're going to bring in the Perfectly Plaid stamp set, and of course the tree punch again. And then we're also going to use one die out of this Warm Wraps set. Because this circle, oh, see, look what happened. I've got ink on myself already. I obviously touched that before it was clean. Good thing I saw that. Oh, and look at that. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Messy, 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 messy. So messy. Okay. So this Warm Wraps set has this cute little circle that has stitching on it. And so I wanted to use that. So that's why I pulled this in. If you don't have this, you don't need it. You can use any kind of circle. You can use a circle punch. Just whatever you happen to have is totally fine. Okay. So we're using a lot of different things, but you could improvise with whatever you have in your own arsenal. Okay. So to start out with, we have a piece of real red cardstock. We have something that I have die cut. And then we have a bunch of pieces and parts here. I need to get, okay, what is this? Oh yeah, okay. So starting out with, we have a piece of red. This is 4, pretty sure it's 4 by 11. Yeah, it's 4 by 11. And we're going to do some scoring. What did I do with my paper trimmer? I had it, oh, here it is. So we're going to score this a bit. So we're going to start out, we're actually going to need to pull the whole arm out for this. So we're going to start it at the 4-inch mark. Get my cutting blade out of the way. So then we're going to scoot it over to 5.5. Okay, and then we're going to scoot it over to 7. And we're done. So 4, 5.5, and 7. Okay, so then we are going to bring this layer up to the front like that. Then we're going to fold this one back, this one up. So we're basically making a gigantic W, okay? And so you just want to make sure that all your sides line up, everything's good. And then if it's not, then we can trim off excess, which I do if I have to. Okay, we've got that. Make sure this is all lined up. And we'll do that. Okay, so we have a giant W, or we have an M, however you want to look at it. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to like glue this together. And I have an excess amount here, a tiny bit that I did not get totally lined up. Okay, so this is what we have. So I'm going to glue this little part together. Okay, so right in here is where I'm adding my glue. And I want it to stay glued. So I'm just going to use my liquid glue and put it all over and hope that it will stay. And I'm going to try not to squish it all out. I don't want to make a mess. So I'm just kind of folding that together. Press that down like so. Okay. So that this is also going to be a gift card holder, okay? So now we need to glue this end, or this piece, side, I guess. It's not really a piece. So I just put a tiny little bit of glue. So this is what I have after I glued the middle. So I laid it down flat, and I pulled this flap towards me, and I'm gluing the sides down, okay? Maybe I'll add a tiny bit more glue here. Not a ton. Oh, I'm not even getting any out. Come on, glue. There we go. Might be too much. Okay, so then I'm going to fold that up and press that into place. That's going to be our little pocket for our gift card. I'm going to get this glue off my hand. Okay, so there we have a little pocket. I have gift card somewhere. Here's one. And so that'll just slide right in there nicely, okay? All right, so then, as you can see, I have taken a piece of real red cardstock, and I have taken 2 of the layering dies. You can do whatever, however you want to do it. I took, let's see, where are the dies? I can give you an idea of which ones I used. So I have all of my rectangle shaped-ish dies over here. So I have taken not the largest one, but the next one here. And then not the next one, but the next one. Okay, does that make sense? And I ran it through. I nested them together. I used a little bit of washi tape so they wouldn't move. And now I'm just going to very carefully pull this off. Okay, there we have that. Then I am going to pop it out of there. So I'm being very gentle again. I'm just kind of lifting up on the die and running my finger under that so that it will come out hopefully nicely and not look like a mess. Oh, I haven't been looking at any of the... Carol had a hard time finding it. Carol, you can always find the link to this live on my Facebook page. It's facebook.com/stampin'is-my-job. That is my Facebook group. You can always find the link there. I try to post it twice, you know, once in the afternoon and then once right before I go live. You can find it there. Or you can just, well, if you're a subscriber to my YouTube channel, which you can subscribe, I think it's right down here in the corner, and then click that little notification bell. When I do, like, I'll create the live event, usually a couple days to a week before it's actually live. And I think that you get notified if you're following me on YouTube that I have an event coming up. And then as soon as I start the video, you should get a notification also. Okay. Oh, and I don't need this. So here's just a little, now I have this rectangle that I can save for some other project. So we'll just pull this off. So we have our fun little rectangle here. And then we have our little, basically like a window. Okay. And now I have these old sanding blocks that Stampin' Up! Used to sell, because sometimes I get little bits on the edges. You can use, some of you that may get your nails done professionally, your nail tech might use something like this. You can use these too. This is something that I think Stampin' Up! Used to sell. Then we went to that, and then we just quit selling them altogether. But they're kind of a handy little unit if you can get your hands on them. To sandpaper would probably work too, just to get, sometimes you get little extra bits on the outside edges of these things, and you can just kind of clean them up with the sanding block. Okay, so now we have this. We just cut this in half. It doesn't really matter if you use a paper cutter or your scissors, because we're going to kind of cover it up, I think. I don't even know how long this is. I'm just going to guess. I'm just going to put it at the 2.5 inch mark here and cut it. Was that pretty close? Yeah, pretty close. Okay, so then we're going to put one of them on the front of the card. But here's a trick. If you want to mail this, bring yourself an envelope. Okay, get an envelope so that when you stick this on, you don't, it's not going to be outside your envelope. Okay, so I just kind of want it about like this. So it's going to kind of look like a gift bag, but it's a card. So it's kind of cool. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of glue down here at the bottom of these handles. Okay, and I'm actually going to bring in my grid paper, and I'm going to do this. So if I start down here at 7, I can go up to, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can go up to this line right there. It's the highest I could go. I don't need to go quite that high, but I could. Okay, and I'm going to try to make sure that it's lined up nicely. Yes, pro tip. Okay, then this little guy we're going to add to the back of the card. So we're going to add a little bit of glue again to the bottom of the handles. And then this time we're going to line these two up. Okay, so you want your handles to line up. And then when you press it down, then they're lined up. So this is what you have then. So you're going to like a little gift bag, but yet it's a gift card holder. Cute, right? Okay, so then, so this area on the front here is 4 by 4. So I've got a piece of Pear Pizzazz that's 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. So I'm going to add this to the front. Get some glue on there. And so I'm going to be able to cover the handles on the front. And then if you want to cover the handles on the back, you can. I would probably recommend using the same color of cardstock that you already have. Like I would recommend using Real Red on the back. And then I took this pattern of the Designer Series paper. And so this is 3 7/8 square. So this is 3 3/4 square. And we'll just add a little glue to this. And then we'll get this on the front here. Super cute gift card holder. Very, very simple to make. If you don't have the rectangle dies, what you can do is you can cut a rectangle out of cardstock. So say, let's see, what is this? So this is about 3.5 inches. And then of course we knew that this was about about 2.5-ish. So it was like 3.5 by 5. And you could take your 3.5 by 5 inch piece of cardstock and you can, where's my trimmer? You can stick it in your trimmer. Well, let's just do it. I've got a scrap piece of cardstock here that we can quickly cut. So we said 3.5, and we guesstimated about 5. Okay, so if you want to make this without having the dies, you can then take this piece of cardstock, slide it over to the 1/2 inch mark. So I'm using this side of the trimmer. I've got it slid over to the 1/2. And then when I close this, I'm going to start at the 1/2. So right here is the 1/2 on the arm. And so sometimes if I turn my trimmer like this, I have a little bit better luck lining this up. So I'm going to go 1/2 and I'm going to come down to 4.5. Okay. Open it up. I'm going to turn it. I'm going to put it back to the 1/2 inch mark. We're going to do this again. We're going to start at the 1/2, which should be exactly where we started here. And since we've got 3 inches, we're going to go to 2.5. Whoops, I think I might have went a little, not quite far enough. Oh, it was 3.5, so we got to go to 3. And then we will slide this over. Again, start at the 1/2, go down to 4.5. One more time, and then you will basically have the exact same thing. You just wouldn't have the fun stitched detail that I have with the dot. Okay, and then you would pop this out and you would have basically the same thing. Cut that in 1/2 and you'd have some handles. Okay, so that's in case you don't have the dies. So we've got this done. We've got our gift card inside. I do have a little piece of Designer Series paper to kind of mark that little area. So this little area is 1.5 by 4. So this is 1 1/4 by 3 3/4. Okay, and add this to this little pocket. This is just kind of the pocket. You'll see it. And then I think I have a piece, here we go, a piece of white. So this is 3 3/4 square. So it's going to go, oh no, 3 7/8, sorry. 3 7/8 inch square. So we're just going to drop that right on the inside. And this is where you can put your message or, you know, do a little fun stamping, whatever you decide you might want to do on the inside. Okay. There we go. So then for the outside, I just wanted to be kind of simple. So here is what I cut. Remember how I told you I used that little die from the Warm Wraps die set, because it has the little stitching lines on it. So you can see this has some fun little stitching lines. And then I did also cut a circle out of red that is just slightly larger than this. So I just figured out which one was slightly larger, and now I can't remember which one it was, but it's slightly larger. And then we're going to add these together out like so. Okay, so they're going to be on the front. Then I wanted to make a tree with the tree stamps, and so I've got a couple of the stamps out of the Perfectly Plaid set. So I've got this little guy here, this little bushy one here, and then this little tiny trunk. Okay, little trunk. So I decided that I grabbed my basic white, and it just felt like the basic white was too bright for the front of this card. Let me grab some here and I'll show you. So I felt like my basic white was too white. So I opted for our shimmery white, which is a little bit more vanilla-y than white. And I felt like it made a nicer tree. I liked it a lot better. So, all right, so we've got some Mossy Meadow ink here. So I'm going to do the more detailed tree in the Mossy Meadow. And we'll just stamp this right here. And then the bushier tree, I'm going to go with Pear Pizzazz. And if I'm careful, I try to line this up. Hopefully it'll work. I think it did. And then my little tree trunk. Where are you, little tree trunk? Here we go. I can add my little tree trunk over that stem at the bottom. And then when I cut this out, it'll be like a whole tree. And then it won't be too bright white. And then that is just going to go right on this little label here. We're going to do it with some dimensionals. So we'll use a big and a small. Debbie Spite, thank you. It was fun watching you stamp your like. Oh, thanks, Debbie. I appreciate that. Yes, thank you all for watching me, you guys. It helps my channel so much to have you guys out here watching me, and commenting and liking and sharing and all that kind of stuff. It helps me out tremendously. Okay. So then on the inside, I'm just going to stamp Merry Christmas. And this is also out of the same set, the Perfectly Plaid. So we're just going to do that in red. And we'll do it like this. And then you'll still have some space to write a message if you want to. And then on the front, we have our little thing here. And we have some ribbon. This is the, what is this called? Real Red sheer ribbon. It's actually on the retirement list. I think it's on sale. I can't remember exactly how much it is, but it is on sale. And so we're going to just make a little bow here with this fun ribbon. This actually ties really nicely too, you guys. So many of our ribbons tie nicely. So sometimes we have ribbons that don't, but these are the ones that I've used tonight. They do. And I really like them. Okay, I need some scissors. Where are, so let's trim that off. All right, so this bow is going to just kind of go right here on the side of the gift bag, quote unquote. And then I thought the last thing I might do is bring in some of this twine. This is the Simply Elegant trim. And I keep mine with this paper clip. I just find that it stays in place better. I need to find my take your pick tool and a piercing mat because I need to poke a hole in this. We're going to try to do it right there. Got a lot of junk here in my way now. Okay, so I am going to hopefully push this through. There we go. And I kind of... is that going to work? I think if I use a glue dot, it probably will. I didn't think through all the way, but I think it'll still work. And I don't think I gave myself enough twine. Do you ever do that? Ugh, so annoying. I'm going to try to do it without cutting another piece. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. There we go. Okay. So we'll just pull that tight. And since it's kind of already on the bow, I'm going to put some glue dots on the back here. So where did my glue dots even start? Here's one. So I'm going to use my fingernail to kind of pull that off. And I'm going to add it so it's over the twine and on the ribbon also. I should have kind of put this in while I was tying my bow with the ribbon, but I didn't. And so now we're going to just improvise and it should work. Okay, and then move your, out of the way, take your pick tool. There. And so then it kind of flops around like it would on the front of a gift bag, and then you open it up, you've got your gift card, and then it fits nicely, perfectly inside an envelope, so you could give it to somebody, you could mail it, whatever you want to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, you know what we should do? We should stamp this envelope. Let me just quickly stamp a tree down here. There. So there, now we have that. All right, let me bring in the rest of the projects that we did today. And just as a little reminder, everything is in the description of this video. You can purchase my online classes down there. You can purchase cards from me, the last chance list, and the carryover list are down there. That doesn't go with this. So we have this, and then we have this gift card holder too. And yay! So thank you guys. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Hold on. I was going to add some red rhinestones to this tree. Because why not? Right? We could add some ornaments to the tree. These little red rhinestones are just so fun to use. And you get so many of them on the sheet. How about one like down here too? How about another one? How about one like right there in the middle? There, that's what it needed. It needed some rhinestones. Okay, so here's our projects. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, all that stuff you guys do to help me out so much. I appreciate it so much, you guys. I'm really kind of trying to grow my business. I've been working at it since my mom passed away a couple years ago. It kind of ebbs and flows. I was working it pretty hard. Mom got sick, then she passed away, and I've been trying to bring it back. So all of you guys watching me and liking and subscribing and all that stuff helps me out more than you can imagine, more than you know. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time. So have a fantastic evening, and I'll see you later. Okay, bye-bye.